What's up, everybody? So, thought I'd start off this week's video with a quick Baron steal. Just kind of out here lurking, looking for my moment, and if the team's not going to help me, I'll do it myself. And don't worry, we definitely lived there. Definitely didn't die. But while we're beating the crap out of this heavy guy, kind of just want to take a second to say thank you again to everybody that subscribed lately. I mentioned that we were getting close to the halfway point for being eligible for YouTube partner. I think it was 2 weeks ago now. And over the course of those 2 weeks, more people subscribed to the channel than like previous 2 months combined. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, I think we'll be eligible soon enough. But you didn't miss anything with that first fight. Beat up the heavy guy, and he comes back in a minute with a friend. But we're taking a lot of damage here, so I kind of just need to wait for the tether to wear off and hit a little bit of a reset, and we're ready to go again. But this light player, he's taking a ton of damage, so kind of just want to focus him down first if I can. And he keeps stamming himself, so not too terrible, but greatsword still hurts, even if you don't combo everything together the best way possible. This guy finally remembers he has tether again to weaken me, but it's a little bit too late to save that guy. And we kind of just stand here and trade with this guy for a while. As Abyss Void Gauntlet. And we finally get them both down, and by the time I get back to my door, this guy's already back up here, trying to pester me. We kind of ignore him for a little bit, because he's not doing a ton of damage. Does a lot more damage with the greatsword than the bow, but eventually I have enough, and I use the door to reset my cooldowns, and get Javelin up so I can bring him down to fight. And soon enough, the heavy player is back again to try and help him out, but he forgot about his tether again, so just kind of blow through both of them. Kind of works out in my favor being able to hit both of them at the same time a lot of times. When they stack on top of each other like that, I just get way more life stealing. And move on to a kind of a team fight here. I thought the team was pushing forward right behind me, so I just kept running. But after I kill his first mage here, I kind of realized, oh, they stopped in the middle of the road again. Alright, well, I guess I'm fighting up here now. This guy just gets blown up. He must have been like low con or something. I kind of want that mage, but I see this guy waste his potion, so definitely going to target him next. And it just works out, luckily for me, that he's a flamethrower player. And these are the people I want to target anyway, so there's no way I'm letting this guy get away. And that is just way too many damn people. So, we turn and run like hell. It's 30 seconds till Baron anyway. We gotta get a move on. This musket was a part of a group of 6 people that hunted me down for like half a match and then just teabagged me when they finally killed me, even though I barely saw this guy the entire time I was fighting him. He chose to teabag me anyway, so I made sure he made it in the video a couple times. But he gets saved momentarily by the gravity well, even though he stammed himself, but didn't really save him for long. I was just going to ignore these guys and go try to take Star, but I hear some fighting behind me, so I figure I might as well stop and see if I can help this guy out. This guy's super weird build anyway. Light armor, sword and shield, fire staff. Well, they don't really hurt a whole lot, and again, a lot of times I'm getting a cleave through both of them, so I'm just getting a ton of lifesteal off of them. And there's not a whole lot they could do. But we die a little bit later, and when I spawn in, I'm like, oh, it's Trick. This son of a bitch. A lot of times, we'll typically just run past each other in PvP modes. But the last time we ran past each other, he turned around and javelined me in the back, and I got just gangbanged by a group of 8 people. So, just want to get a little payback here for that. Make sure he doesn't get away scot-free. And kind of just went back to leaving him alone after that. But back here again, trying to break into the base. And just like that, I'm knocked down from the bear. I'm tethered. I'm rooted from Scream. Half health, body blocked. Hey, if you're ever going to kill me, now's your chance. Man, you probably shouldn't have been teabagging. But we take down the bear. And I know this musket really wants me. Super low health, down in the triple digits. But if he's gonna kill me, he's gonna have to come down here and do it. So he finally makes a mistake coming down. Gets hit with a full combo. One more hit in a social distance. Bunch of free lifesteal. We're basically full health again. And the teabagging musket's back. Lands the screen. Tries to create space. That's not gonna save him. And maybe next time. But I actually get some help this time trying to back cap. And this guy just dives in here like a psychopath into 2 melee players. I respect it. But we go back to breaking down the door. Eventually we get in, trying to break down the respawn. But sooner or later there's a couple people in here to deal with. There's no way I want to let this guy live low, so go out of my way to hit him with the cyclone. And this guy almost gets away, but Torrent has better tracking than light attack, so we burn Torrent, and I can't tell you how pissed I was that I have to start on the door all over. And we're out here back capping, and it's the teabag musket again. With a new build this time. Tries net shot instead of scream. Worked out just about as well. So, we got nothing left but the pylon and a flamethrower player. Kind of just chasing this guy around. Hit him with the cyclone just to get the slow on him so he's not so slippery. Eventually burn him down and deal with the pylon. This next fight, I'm out here trying to back cap. And this guy was actually kind of a pain to deal with. I really hate playing against bleed rapiers. Just especially with all the changes to flurry. Flurry is very strong. Just with the invulnerability. And I feel like a lot of times, even if they don't land the last hit of flurry, even if you try to dodge it perfectly, they'll still get credit for another bleed stack. So that stuff adds up pretty quick. Especially when they go for flourish and finish. Some 200 IQ gameplay from me and this fella here. A couple Hatchet enjoyers. Why use abilities when left click go burr. But I ended up killing both of them again, but it took a while, and I don't want this to be an hour-long video, so skip ahead a little bit. Finally take down the stupid bear, and they're back again for a 3rd round. But this guy makes a couple of mistakes this time, so it's a lot faster fight with the Hatchet guy. He turns his back to me. His Defy Death's already off. And again, I was just going to ignore this guy for a little bit, because his bow doesn't hurt nearly as bad as the rapier. But use the door to get my cooldowns up, javelin him down. This guy keeps popping stone for him, which kind of really sucks against my build. And he's already got 2 bleed stacks, 3 bleed stacks on me. I know this is going to hurt like hell. Damn near one-shots me with it. And he's already working on his bleed stacks again. There, I thought I dodged the last hit of flurry, but I gotta be super careful now. Is it worth stamming myself to dodge these 3 attacks? Probably, considering if he hits me with finish, I'm dead. But we dodged that, and apparently that's the key to beating bleed rapier. Just dodge between every single attack. So I go back to attacking the door, and all of a sudden the Hatchet player comes over and starts repairing the door. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, you're a PvE, Andy? And sure as shit, here comes the rapier player too, doing the same thing. You hate to see it. But I'm on my way to Star, try and back cap that, and run into Musket out in the wild, so we take him down quick. And keep working our way towards Star, catch this guy outside. He's just super low con, little armor. Use the throwing hatchet to stop him from being able to get in the door. Kind of just reset his activation of it. But get the door about halfway down before he makes it back out here. But again, he's just super low con, little armor. Eventually I'm working my way inside here, fighting both of these guys for a while in between trying to burn the totem down so people stop spawning in on me. Finally get the axe player down. He was pretty decent. Took a while to get him, but as soon as my berserk gets canceled because AGS still hasn't fixed it properly, and I realize it's 2 heavy players, I just get the hell out of there. This next clip is kind of funny to me. Somebody steals that kill. It's not really a big deal, but I see a bunch of low players here, and I don't really have any kind of plan, but I know I won in the middle of it. So just kind of run in here, hoping somebody does something I can react to, and I finally find a target. And that's good enough for me. Pissed them off. I'll take off. I'm on my way to Moon here to stop whoever's trying to cap it right now, and I see this guy out in the open, so we take him down quick and work our way up to Moon. And it's another musket BG player. Seeing this build just a lot lately. Not really sure why. I mean, it's not super good or anything, so it is what it is. I guess if people want to sit back at a safe range and play. But once we burn him down, I peek outside to see if anybody's coming, and it's the guy we killed on the way up here. So we chase after him a little bit, get bio bomb on him so he can't try and potion his way back up. Peek outside, I'm gonna chase him, but now he's got a friend out there, so I wait for him to come in, and I didn't realize, oh, I have a friend in here. Nice. And here I ran into the homie Goat Scully, trying to talk to him for a second, and this guy just shoots me out of nowhere and scares him off. I'm like, oh, rude son of a bitch. Fire staff thought he was getting free licks in, and instead he gets 100 to 0. I was about to charge in here, and it's like they knew I was coming, because 3 people peeked the door all at the same time, so I just stand out here trying to fight for a second. We get this guy pretty low, but it's a lot of range shooting at me, and I realize I'm going to have a really hard time catching anybody out here, so take the fight inside the base where I have a little bit of an advantage. They can only run so far, and I can use the stairs if I need to. So a good counter to riposte is to just kind of wait out the initial part of it. As soon as their elbow starts to bend, kind of like he's dropping his guard, they're locked in that animation still, but they don't get the counter anymore. And as soon as I get hit with Scream here, I've already decided I'm running. I basically just want to get at least 1 hit of Torrent off for the haste, and we get exactly 1 hit, and we're out of there. And for anybody wondering why I don't just use the bombs now that they're cheaper, this is why. It did about 1/3 of the health of the door. So for the low price of 3 bombs, you can break 1 door. That's, I don't know, it's pretty terrible to me. I really wish they would get rid of the doors. I guess they don't see the irony of making us PvE to counter PvE. At least put a cooldown on the door or something. I don't know. But we're on the way to Baron here. See this guy on the way there. Like, well, close enough to Baron, I can stop and fight this guy. So, burn him down quick and find the healer that tried to save him. And this poor bastard gets rooted by somebody's Feral Rush, so he just gets burned down. And we catch this guy in the act, making a door, so he's gotta go. And we peek off the side here and see iFresh plays out here trying to 3v1 like a Chad with nothing but a musket. So we pop out to try and help. And of course one of them's a flamethrower player, so you know we can't let him escape. Trying to back cap here, and this guy's nameplate gives him away, so pretty ready for him. This is just a little 1v1, but you see him again here in a second, in the last clip of the video, in a 1vx fight. So there were like 5 or 6 people chasing me for probably a good 5 minutes. And a couple of them eventually gave up because I wouldn't stop until I had a good opportunity to pick somebody off. And now that there's only 2 of them left, this guy doesn't want to fight anymore. But we're not going to let him get away after all that crap they just put me through. So stand here and try and burn down some of the door, thinking maybe I can just leech my way through, just kind of outpace this fire staff's damage. But he's hurting a good bit, so eventually we turn to try and bring him down. And all of a sudden we get a life staff heal. I'm like, oh, this is super rare. So you guys are fucking cooked now. Getting help backcapping and it's a life staff player. But see our buddy from the 1v1 again. And he decides that's about enough of that. He's heading back inside. I thought for sure this guy would have ran by now, so I went back to the door, but he didn't go anywhere. And he gets the full spear combo. And this guy disappeared for a while, ran inside, came back out, and he's still not healed up for some reason. His potion should definitely be off cooldown by now, so I'm not sure why he didn't bother to heal up, but it is what it is. Just barely missed proccing his Defy Death there. And there we finally get it off. Should be only another hit or 2 here. And now we just have the fire staff and a bow over to the side left. But having the life staff around is kind of just laughable. You get so much healing. Somebody asked in my last video if I could make this build on New World Buddy, so I'm going to create that and put a link to it in the description. If you want to see a more in-depth guide of all of my gear and why I choose what I choose, did like a 10-minute version of this in my last video, so I'm just going to quickly go over everything here for anybody who wants to see what I'm running. Helmet unchanged. I run shirking heals on every piece, a defensive perk, and critical retributions. Very good for this build. Chest Frigid Dawn with shirking heals, same thing for the legs, gloves, any defensive perk, and leeching cyclone. Tumbler feetwraps with shirking heals, very good for most medium builds. Currently 20% thrust resist, and everything else in the elemental is just the best way to go for the current meta with all the ranged players. Stamina recovery saves you once in a while. We get a lot of value out of Divine with all the self-sustain we have, and I always run some kind of protection. Blooddrinker with Keen Awareness, again, crit chance, very important for this build. Empowering Toast, Refreshing Toast, and Regen. This version of Biobomb with the exhaust on it is nice because we have exhausted exploitation on the Hatchet, so as soon as you throw a Biobomb on them, all you have to do is hit them, and then they have a double slow on them. Pen Backstab, pretty mandatory for Hatchet. I go with Vicious over Rogue because I still end up hitting people in the face a lot. And I went with keenly empowered on Scorpion Sting, just getting more value out of this than I was with Pen Backstab. Attributes, still even 200 split. Spear build, nothing changed. Combo is Javelin, if they land near your feet. Light attack into Cyclone, wait for their dodge their direction, sweep stab. The Hatchet, anything I go for is sneaking up on people, pop berserk, social distance in the back, dodge towards them to proc the 100 dex passive, and raging torrent. And that's about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to throw them in the comments. I try to respond to everyone, and I'll see you in Outpost Rush.